Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make the solid granny square without the unsightly seam up the side. There's a special and ever so easy technique to avoid having that line that just really doesn't look very nice. It's all about the correct placement from the very beginning. The placement trick is simply by making the second double crochet of the right hand side of the corner first. All right, so you're always going to do it first, then go straight into a chain, work your way around, and then you connect it up at the end of the round and pop your second double crochet into the corner. Let me show you how we do it. The red line on this graph shows you where you need to start your work for our solid granny square. Just one more little handy tip. If you find, like I have with this 10-ply yarn, that it just feels like there's way too many stitches in each side and it's going to start getting wavy, I would not work into that hidden stitch there, which is at the top of the first double crochet from each side. I would skip that one, and if that still looks a little bit too full and a little bit too wobbly, I would just do one double crochet, chain one double crochet in the corner. With my DK weight yarn, it's fine to do the two, but using this larger weight, I have found it's just going to start getting wobbly. All right, so that's two things to consider depending on the size of the yarn that you're using. I'm using US terminology for this project, and I'm going to start my work with a magic circle. So wrapping your yarn around 2 fingers, this is just a single one. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through that loop to make a chain which secures the magic ring. Now, the beginning of this square is what matters. So we're going to start in the 3rd double crochet of a cluster. Let me show you. So we'll do 3 chain, and that counts as a double crochet this time. We're going to chain 1 for the corner. Now we're going to make 3 more double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Chain 1. I'm going to leave you here and I'll come back and meet you at the vital point at the end. Now here I can show you that we've done 1 double crochet and a chain, 3 double crochet chain, 3 double crochet chain, 3 double crochet. That's 1, 2 and 3. Now we need to finish off this 4th cluster. So what we do, let's draw that magic circle in, is 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, and they belong to this 3rd one here that we began with. So now we need to slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet we made. All right, now we're going to slip stitch over into this corner. Pop your hook in the corner space, pull the loop through, pull the left loop through the right one. I'm just going to firm up that magic circle and we're on our way. Round number 2, we're starting in the corner and doing 3 chains to count as a double crochet. So again, it is the double crochet that is in the right hand side of the corner, which normally would be done at another time, but in this instance we want to start with this one each time. So chain 1 for a corner. Now we're going to do 2 double crochet. Because it's a solid granny square, we don't do 3. Then we start working into the top of this hidden stitch. So double crochet in there. Now double crochet across the top of the double crochets below. Now we'll do 2 double crochet in the corner, chain 1 and 2 double crochet. Now into that hidden stitch with a double crochet, working along the top of the double crochets. Now into the corner with 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. I'll show you in a tick. This is how we're looking so far. Now double crochet into that hidden stitch, double crochet into the top of every double crochet below in the cluster, 2 double crochets into the corner, chain 1 and 2 more double crochets in the corner. Now into that hidden stitch, into the top of the next double crochets. And now is a bit tricky. We need to add 1 more double crochet into the corner because we're using 2 chain and 2. So we've got 1 here already. So we're just going to work over that slip stitch that we made to move along to the corner with a double crochet. Now I'm going to do a slip stitch into the top of that chain 3, pull your loop through, pull it through the one on your hook. And there we have round number 2. Now you can see what we're doing. We're doing our seam up the center of our square so that it's not in the middle of the side where it's really obvious. All right, let's go for another round. I'm going to pop my hook into the corner space, pull up a loop, pull that through the loop on my hook, and that is a slip stitch so that we're right in the corner to start with. Chaining 3 and then chaining 1 because that is your corner chain. Now we're going to do 2 double crochets in the corner. You can see here that we've got this one on its own, and that one gets complete once we come around our square and do our last double crochet in the corner space. Okay, we're going to work into our hidden stitch here, and we're going to do double crochets all around into the top of each double crochet on the side. Now 2 double crochets into the corner, 1 and 2, chain 1, 2 more double crochets into the corner. I'm going to leave you here and work around the square, and I'll meet you back at the end. Now you can see that we're coming up to the end of our round. I've got 1 more double crochet there, and now I need to do that first double crochet of the corner. Okay, I'm going over top of the slip stitch that we made. Now I'm slip stitching into the top of the 3 chains, which counts as our double crochet. Again, you can see how much better that's looking without a seam up the side. Let's go one more time around. I'm going to slip stitch into the corner. Actually, if you were using, say, a stacked single crochet for that double crochet there, you don't need to slip stitch into the corner. You can just go straight in. But because I've chosen to use the chain 3 method today, we're going to slip stitch over to the corner, then chain 3, chain 1 for our corner space, yarn over and do 2 double crochets into that corner. So we're always starting with what is the last stitch. The last stitch becomes the first. Now working into that hidden stitch and working along the top of every double crochet. Righto, I'm going to go off and meet you at the end of this round. That's round 4 done to the end. Now we need to make our very first double crochet of the corner. And you can see the slip stitch going horizontally across here. We're going to work over top of the slip stitch. Now we're going to slip into the top of that chain 3, and there we've closed our round. And look how great that looks. I'm so happy with this. I love using this technique, and I hope that you will all embrace it too, because I just love the way you don't have a line up the middle of the side of the square. All right, I'm going to see you soon again with another little in-betweeny project while I'm waiting for some other things to happen. Happy crocheting, everybody. Bye for now.